Most men never realize that a simple shift in awareness can completely change their performance, confidence, and long-term health, especially when it comes to control during intimacy. The truth is that premature ejaculation is not just a physical issue. It is deeply connected to the nervous system, breathing patterns, and mental focus, which means it can be influenced much faster than most people think. When you understand how your body responds under pressure, you begin to notice that control is not about forcing anything, but about guiding your body in the right direction. Many experts, including Dr. Mohit Khera, emphasize that performance issues often stem from overstimulation combined with anxiety, creating a cycle where the body reacts too quickly before the mind can regulate it. What most men do not realize is that there is a small window of time right before the point of no return, and within that window lies the opportunity to reset your response and extend your endurance. This is where a simple 60-second technique becomes powerful, because it works with your biology instead of against it. By learning to recognize early signals, such as increased tension, faster breathing, and heightened sensitivity, you can gently pause, adjust, and regain control without breaking connection or confidence. This is not about stopping completely, but about slowing the process just enough to allow your system to stabilize and continue at a more controlled pace. Over time, this builds a stronger mind-body connection, which leads to better stamina, reduced anxiety, and a more satisfying experience overall. The key is consistency, because like any skill, your body learns through repetition and awareness. When you practice even outside of intimate moments, such as through controlled breathing or relaxation exercises, you train your nervous system to stay calm under pressure. This calmness becomes your greatest advantage, allowing you to stay present instead of rushing toward an automatic response. In the beginning, it may feel unfamiliar, but with patience and focus, you will start noticing small improvements that gradually turn into significant changes in both performance and confidence. The most important thing to remember is that control is learned, not something you are simply born with. And once you understand that, you unlock the ability to improve at any stage of life. This knowledge alone can shift how you approach intimacy, turning frustration into curiosity and pressure into control. Instead of fearing quick outcomes, you begin to observe your body's signals like a guide, understanding that every sensation is part of a process you can influence. This mindset reduces stress hormones such as cortisol, which are known to accelerate responses and decrease control. By staying relaxed and intentional, you create the conditions your body needs to perform at its best. Even simple adjustments like slowing your breathing or briefly shifting focus can make a measurable difference, because they directly impact your nervous system. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, until control feels effortless and confidence follows naturally every. But here is where things become even more interesting, because most men believe that once they lose control, there is nothing they can do in that moment, and that belief alone creates the very outcome they are trying to avoid. The body, however, operates on signals, and those signals can be interrupted if you understand exactly when and how to apply a simple physical adjustment. This is the point where the 60-second technique becomes not just helpful, but transformative, because it teaches you to step in at the precise moment your body begins to accelerate beyond your control. As highlighted in clinical discussions by Dr. Mohit Khera, timing is everything, and recognizing the build-up phase before the peak response allows you to redirect your body instead of reacting too late. The technique itself is rooted in reducing stimulation and calming the nervous system simultaneously, often by briefly pausing movement, applying gentle pressure, or shifting focus to breathing in a controlled and intentional way. These small actions send a powerful message to your brain, signaling that it's not yet time to release, effectively lowering the intensity of the response. What makes this approach so effective is that it works within seconds, and with consistent practice, your body begins to adapt and extend that control window naturally. However, the real challenge lies in recognizing that critical moment, because it happens quickly and requires awareness that most men have never been taught to develop. This is where the suspense builds, because once you start paying attention, you realize there is a subtle shift in sensation that occurs just before the point of no return, almost like a warning signal your body gives you. If you miss it, the response becomes automatic. But if you catch it, you gain the ability to slow everything down. This realization changes everything, because it turns what once felt uncontrollable into something manageable and even predictable. Over time, your confidence grows not just from lasting longer, but from knowing that you have a method you can rely on in real time. The science behind this is tied to how the sympathetic nervous system responds to stimulation, and by interrupting that response even briefly, you allow the parasympathetic system to regain balance, which is essential for sustained control. This balance is the foundation of endurance, and it can be strengthened through repetition, just like building muscle memory. The more you practice this 60-second reset, the more your body learns to delay its response without needing as much intervention. Eventually, what once required effort becomes second nature, and the anxiety that used to trigger rapid responses begins to fade. This is why the technique is not just about the moment itself, but about retraining your entire system to operate differently under pressure. When you combine this with steady breathing and a calm mindset, you create a powerful synergy that enhances both physical and mental control. Many men overlook the importance of this combination, focusing only on physical techniques. But true mastery comes from integrating both aspects into a single, consistent approach that evolves over time and leads to lasting improvement. What truly separates temporary improvement from lasting transformation is how you integrate this technique into your daily life. Because real control is not built in a single moment. It is developed through habits that strengthen your body and mind over time. When you begin to view this not as a quick fix but as a skill, everything changes, and you start making small lifestyle adjustments that support your progress in powerful ways. For example, regular physical activity improves blood flow, hormone balance, and overall stamina, all of which play a role in performance and endurance. At the same time, managing stress becomes essential, because chronic stress keeps your nervous system in a heightened state, making it much harder to maintain control when it matters most. This is why techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, and even short daily walks can have a direct impact on your ability to stay calm and in control under pressure. Experts like Dr. Mohit Khera often highlight that sexual health is closely tied to overall health, meaning that better sleep, proper nutrition, and hydration are not just general advice. They are critical components of improving performance naturally. When your body is well rested and properly fueled, it responds more efficiently, giving you a stronger foundation to apply the 60-second technique effectively. Over time, you begin to notice that you need less effort to maintain control, because your system is no longer working against you. Confidence grows from this consistency, and that confidence further reduces anxiety, creating a positive cycle that reinforces your progress. Instead of worrying about losing control, you begin to trust your ability to manage it, which changes your entire mindset during intimate moments. This mental shift is just as important as the physical technique, because your thoughts directly influence how your body responds. By staying present and focused, you prevent your mind from rushing ahead, which is often what triggers a faster response. The combination of awareness, technique, and healthy lifestyle choices creates a powerful synergy that leads to lasting results. It is also important to remember that progress may not always be linear, and there may be moments where things do not go as planned, but that does not mean the method is not working. Each experience is an opportunity to learn more about your body and refine your approach, bringing you one step closer to mastery. Patience plays a key role here, because meaningful change takes time, and the more consistent you are, the more reliable your control becomes. As you continue practicing, what once felt like a struggle gradually becomes a natural part of how your body functions, allowing you to focus less on control and more on connection and confidence. This is the ultimate goal, not just to last longer, but to feel more in control, more present, and more satisfied overall. If you're benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.